Yeah, Otto. Jeff is there. He'll show make sort of guide her there.
Your auto is on now. I can hear you.
Yeah, the mic's on.
That's great. All right, this is the pre-show for the MNCS. I said it right. I did. All right. We got a good show for you tonight. Kruger's at his bridge. Whitney and Jeff at their bridge. Mad Cat is at her bridge. Andrew's missing in action. May's at her bridge. We're going to do a little song for you by the Cramps.
I'm a human fly, said F-L-Y. I said buzz, 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 and it's just because I'm a human fly, and I don't know why. I've got 96 tears and 96 eyes. I've got a garbage brain, driving me insane. Don't like this ride, so push that rest aside. Baby, I won't care, 'cause baby, I don't scare. 'Cause I'm a reborn maggot using germ warfare. I'm a human fly. I said F-L-Y. I said buzz, 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 and it's just because I'm an unzipped fly, and I don't know why, and I don't know why. When I say rock tonight, and I say rock it right, and I say right, and I say
All right. Next thing we're playing is last week we had a great comic in here, so I mixed it down and we're going to rebroadcast it. This is Toby Shamu.
Make lots of noise for Toby Shamu! Thank you! Woo!
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Hi, my name's Toby. Thanks for the energy. It feels great. I have not been having a great week. I've been fighting with my girlfriend, which I've never done before. So that's kind of all I could talk about for all day today, honestly. It just, what's hard for me is like, you know, you love somebody, so you just kind of like put your heart in their hands and hope that they're careful. Like, it's too scary. Speaking of relationships, my parents are politically ambiguous from each other. Yeah, I think that's the word. We're rolling with it. Essentially, my dad's a Democrat. I mean, my dad's a Republican and my mom's a Democrat. And it doesn't make sense because they're both kind of fronting, honestly. Like, they're both lying to each other about it. Like, like I would say, like, my dad says he's a Republican, but like, I don't know. He doesn't do stuff that I've seen him eat cereal with water. Okay. Like, I just feel like there's no Republicans that are making themselves that uncomfortable, you know, like at definitely not at their expense, like they make Mexico pay for it or something. Uh, my mom, on the other hand, she's like the kindest woman alive, but she has a very mean side too. So I guess she does kind of fit like the Democrat bill. Actually, it works for her. I always like to say she taught me how to do my laundry the way that white people teach their kids how to swim. Just kind of throw you in there, you just gotta figure it out. After you have enough of those brown streaks in your underwear, you'll learn how to clean them. So it worked for me. It really did. My dad's a pastor, and that's probably why he's a Republican. This isn't an advertisement. Like, I don't want you to come to our church or anything. I just like have to get it off my chest sometimes because he tries to put a lot of pressure on me because I'm his son and I speak really well. He thinks I could take the reins and become the next pastor. I don't want to do that. I mean, like, for one, he's a Republican. For two, like, as a comic, I have to watch him bomb for an hour every Sunday. It's literally not worth it. And I mean, that joke's probably not worth going to hell, but we're rolling the dice. That's how it is. And like I said, he wants me to kind of take the reins and be the next guy. And like, I just think it's too early, like, I'm a pastor's kid. I want to have my slut phase, like, I have to get it out of my system first before I can, turn to the Lord. I got to be a prodigal son. What else we got here? Like I said, he really wants me to kind of just take the reins and be the next guy, and I know I could do it because I have like cult leader energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, with the hand movements and the smiles, like, honestly, like, some of you guys, I can't see you online, but I can get at least like 5 of you to come to Utah. I have a little ranch, have some fun, drink the Kool-Aid. It'd be great. I mean, we probably all want some Kool-Aid after tomorrow anyway. So, yeah, it's kind of where we're at. I think that we kind of messed up though. Like, Joe Biden's, for all his faults, he's all right, but we really should have got Stone Cold Steve Austin to run against Trump because he's the perfect guy. He's an ex-wrestler. He knows how to catch people's attention. He's a big character. So like, Trump can't call him weak or lazy or anything because he knows he could beat his ass. And like, they have similar mottos, like, make America great again because Stone Cold said so. Like, okay, maybe not you guys, but like, those white people that believe in wrestling but not in racism. That's who we're aiming for, guys. Okay. It'd be great because like, Stone Cold could do all these rallies and stuff, and his motto would work, and it'd be like, why should we legalize marijuana? Because Stone Cold said so. It would work. Why should we have a national mask mandate? Because Stone Cold said so. But then, some of these people get mad and they're like, why? We want to have our freedoms too. So Stone Cold has to meet them halfway and just be like, why shouldn't you fuck your cousin? Because it's the right thing to do. Oh, man. I wish. In a perfect world, One more and I'll leave you guys here. I just randomly, like, it hit me out of nowhere. My high school gym teacher used to call me Pimp in passing. Just like, hey, Pimp, how you doing? Like, the way you say buddy or chief. And I mean, like, it was high school, so I thought I was cool. But then, like, as I've gotten older, I realized, like, I don't have pimp energy. This isn't a pimp vibe at all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't sound like a pimp. Like, I grew up in a 2-parent household. Like, I sound like this. It comes out this way. Like, I couldn't even be a pimp, even if I wanted to. Like, I'm college educated. They wouldn't be my hoes. They'd be my business associates. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be no, hey, bitch, your pussy stank. It's more like, Karen, I think your hygiene has been affecting your sales lately. Here's a spa day coupon. Take the day off. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much, especially you guys at home. Appreciate it.
My advice to you, start drinking heavily.
Well, hello, Mr. Fenton. Why,
Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Humans of the internet.
Welcome to the Monday Night Comedy Show. My name is Andrew Danger Brindleson. What's your name? Everybody all at once.
Jason.
I like it. Oh, I heard a Jason. We have a Jason. Oh, Jason, Cat, a couple people.
It's Kruger's birthday.
It is Kruger's birthday. Happy Kruger's birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, we hope that you got your and your children sat by the hearth and told Kruger stories late into the night. If they were good enough, then Papa Kruger would sneak into their rooms and steal their shoes, give them treats like tangerines. Birthday. Oh, what? Who just said that? Who just said that? Nothing. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Humans of the internet. Give it up for your host, Andrew Danger Brindleson.
Wow! Yes, how was your tepid Monday? Ours is going swimmingly.
We are the election.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to the Monday. How's everybody doing? All at once, internet go. Oh, wow. Ooh. If you feel really inclined, why not comment about your week in the comments on the show. This is the Monday Night Comedy Show. This is the 597th Monday Night Comedy Show. My name is Andrew. That's J Money the motherfucking Hawk. Kaka over there. Sitting at the bar is St. May of the Underground. Say hello to St. May, everyone. Hi, May. Hi. With us in studio, we got the usual suspects, but most important is Kat Morgan and everybody but Mercy Victor. Cruel and doesn't like our show, and he's gonna make proof. Proof is in the comments. V. I'm just trying to inspire him to make sure the frog is back on screen. If you haven't watched a show before, none of that makes sense. I don't. Whatever. Anyway, speaking of the show, I need like 10 things to. I have too much stuff. Let's start the show proper. Sorry, like what happened about 2 minutes ago threw me completely off. This is Whitey, the Monday Night Comedy Show. I think we're doing a show right now. I don't know, but all right, there.
Boy, I'm so glad you can't live revival after 13 years of this.
I can't see anything. I rely on communication. Page 22 of our Monday Night Comedy Show book club book is Picture Me Famous, the Stephanie Full House novella featuring the middle daughter of the Tanner family. San Francisco, circa, what was the show based in 97 and beyond or earlier? Who knows? I don't know. If you know Full House trivia, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear it, and maybe we'll flash it up on the screen if it's funny enough. Anyhow, here to read page 22 of our book club book. Put your hands together for our very own at Nanotaka Studios, Whitney Streeter! I'm going to hold it like this because I don't have my mask on. Here you go. Here you go.
Hi. Also, that screw up earlier, that was entirely my fault. Not to brag. Stephanie picked up the guitar and flung the strap over her shoulder the way she'd seen Jesse do it, but it fell right off. She was too short for it, so she put her foot up on the chair and balanced the guitar on her leg. This is a great way to be famous. Stephanie thought, her eyes shining while she imagined it. She could have her own all-girl band, the San Francisco Stompers. Stephanie strummed the guitar strings once. A loud, twangy noise came from the amplifier. It didn't sound much like a chord, but Stephanie figured she could learn to use those later. She started strumming slowly. Kyle, Kyle, you didn't call me. You didn't dial the telephone. Stephanie sang loudly. Alex and Nikki put their hands over their ears. This is the blues, guys. Stephanie called to them. You're too young to appreciate it. Barney, the boys cried. No, Barney doesn't get the blues. She started strumming again, this time with a little more rhythm. Kyle, Kyle, you trashed me at the trash can. All that for Amber. Maybe I'll... Stephanie paused, her fingers still strumming the strings while she thought.
Winnie Streeter! Put your mask on. Wait, don't leave. Here we go. Okay, you know what? Everything is ruined today. Here's the thing. Here you go. Fuck! Jesus Christ. Okay, can we just start over? Can we just, it's Sunday night and we're... Yeah, Satan loves you. All right, here we go. Let's watch a video. It's called Chef's Dish. Zach LaCreme by our friend Joey Hamburger. You're going to freaking love it. And we'll talk more about Joey afterwards. Enjoy. My chi is so fucking off right now. It's like absurd.
Creme, and I'm a chef. Today, I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite recipes.
When Martin Scorsese makes a film, you watch it. When Zach bakes a dish, you eat it.
The recipe we're making today is pickled herring gnocchi.
A new dish from Zach LaCreme is like an earthquake. It turns the whole dining scene in the Twin Cities upside down on its head.
We're going to take our herring and throw it in the Ziploc bag.
I've really tried to endorse the use of jars when he's pickling, and he really insists on putting them in plastic bags.
Fill that up with water, and we're going to put a little salt in it. And of course, we all know you can't pickle something without pickles. We're going to let that sit for a couple days. I recommend you can really put it anywhere. You put it inside your cupboard, you can put it inside the pantry, you put it under your bed, just someplace where you're not going to think about it for a while.
So we're just finding bags of pickles everywhere. I walk into my office, bag of pickle on my computer. Don't do that. I've told you not to leave the pickles in my office, and I bought you mason jars. Why are you?
We got to make a little bit of gnocchi.
And the most amazing thing about Zach is that he has no formal education in cooking.
All gnocchi is just it's like a rolled up mashed potato. And now we're going to put that in the oven for 3 minutes.
No form of training whatsoever. He just walked into our kitchen and he said, "I'm going to live here."
I eat in the kitchen. I drink in the kitchen. I sleep in my kitchen.
But now he's a fire hazard. And a health, violation waiting to happen.
Now, while we're waiting for that gnocchi to get done, I'm going to show you how to make a cocktail from a new cocktail recipe book, Drinking with Zach.
I can't recommend anyone read that book.
It's a really simple recipe. It's so easy. A child could make it. We're going to start with a little bit of ice, say a little bit of gin in there, a White Claw, ruby red grapefruit, 2 shots of vodka.
When I see Zach prepping a dish, I'm not thinking about awards. I'm not thinking about the glory. I'm thinking, will we get sued? Is this safe?
I don't really follow recipes. It's pretty common. Someone will come rushing into the kitchen and they'll say, what was in my food?
Eating a dish at Milk and Basil is unsettling.
The best element to any good meal is surprise. You want your customer to take their first bite and go, "Whoa, I did not order that."
Do I trust Zach in the kitchen? Does a zookeeper trust a lion out of its cage? It depends on if the zoo is full of people.
Quick tip on the oven is when you're taking things out of the oven, you're going to want to wear gloves. You will hurt your fingers if you do not. And there you have it. We got a sub sandwich. I really don't understand how that happened.
Humans of the internet, Give it up for Chef's Dish, Zach La Creme by Joey Hamburger.
On YouTube, and you'll be able to find him and subscribe to his channel. Now, everything. I'm having a bad night tonight, guys. I am literally forgetting everything that I have planned, and nothing is working properly for me. So I hope that you bear with me. I'm going to burn through tonight's show and go stick my head in a blender. Streaming from Fairbanks, Alaska, our friend, your friend, Michael Schaefer, folks. Give it up for Michael Schaefer. Woo!
Hey, we're still counting votes up here in Alaska. We're taking it just nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race. But I'm going to take a break from counting votes to share with you good people some poetry. And this first one, I'm going to go use some old school here. We're going to bring him here, Bill and Ted style, from 1,000 years ago, from 1000 AD. This is 25 Things, Beowulf edition. Number 1, on really cold nights, instead of mead, I like to sip cocoa. Number 2, yes, with marshmallows. Number 3, having supper with the Geats, Ragnar told a joke so funny that, when I laughed, cottage cheese came out my nose, and I hadn't had cottage cheese since Wednesday. Number 4, my people are talking to Stone Cold Steve Austin's people about a biopic. Number 5, the first time I saw Grendel, I threw up in my mouth a little bit. Number 6, Hrothgar, total douche. Number 7, my middle name is Wilma. Number 8, that legend about my swimming at sea for days on end is true, but it was mostly doggy paddle. Number 9, lutefisk, hard pass. Number 10, 2 summers ago, I made a killing selling chainmail at the Renaissance Fair. Number 11, Unfer still has the kick me sign I put on his back 2 hours ago. Number 12, reading anything in ye old English gives me a headache. Number 11. Did number 11. Number 13. Number 13. I can't say the word booty without cracking up. Number 14. I almost woke up a giant cave-dwelling dragon while trying to steal its booty because I couldn't stop giggling. Number 15. Is this Donald Trump guy for real? Number 16. A comfortable throne still eludes me. Number 17. How come I am just now finding out about chess boxing? It's a thing. Number 18. I would totally go see a Thor movie. Number 19. If you spoil Game of Thrones for me, I will end you. Number 20. Tina Fey is hot. Number 21. Those Capital One ads with the warriors from the Middle Ages are pretty accurate. 22. Adjusting for daylight savings time makes me irritable. Number 23. Vikings accomplish next to nothing when they bicker. Number 24. When fighting two-fisted with a battle axe and a short sword, I often forget which hand is holding which weapon. And number 25. I don't understand any of these things you people call memes, but I still enjoy laughing at them. The peanut butter jelly time dancing banana is my current favorite. I am Beowulf. All right. Thank you. Segueing into a more modern poem. This is a palindrome. The title of it's called A Toyota. It's the same forwards as it is backwards. The following poem was inspired by a Toyota truck commercial. A huge Toyota truck perched precariously on a rocky outcrop in the lower right-hand corner of the widescreen TV. There in small Baskerville font blinking back at me, "Do not attempt." And so I wondered which moments of my life, if captured in a 30-second highlights reel, would also bear that 10-point caveat. Hitchhiking across Louisiana. Cliff diving in your birthday suit. Menthols. The Split. Getting a hard-to-find tattoo on the Las Vegas Strip. Doing a reality show for Fox. Voting for a Texan. And just so you know, the Texan I voted for was H. Ross Perot. I didn't want anyone thinking I had voted for either of the Georges. I'm not stupid. But if you were to see the footage of me strolling up to the Moody County Courthouse on that cold November day over 30 years ago, there should have been a little stenciled disclaimer on that grainy VHS tape recording saying, "Do not attempt." Racing against a forklift with another forklift. Jägermeister. Any activity with the word triathlon in it. Buying a condo. Entering a belly flop contest. Assuming you don't have to pay your dues. Going all in with a pair of twos. Okay, so maybe I am a little bit stupid. Licking 9-volt batteries. My sister's cooking, which tastes a lot like licking 9-volt batteries. Jumping an entire flight of stairs. Latch hook. Decaffeinated anything. Diet anything. Line dancing. Beats. Bush beer. Competitive karaoke. It's true. I've been a puppet, a pirate, a poet, a pauper, a pawn, and a king. I've taken a semester of calculus, 2 semesters of Russian. Can't remember a darn thing. I've been a knave, a fool, a bodyguard, a patsy, a wingman, a duke, and a dunce. And I am known by my friends and acquaintances for trying anything once. Have I mentioned beats? Clutching the water ski bar after wiping out. Eating cat food. Replacing toilet paper with campground foliage. Replacing marijuana with campground foliage. So, if you can identify with any part of this list, come up and get to know me. I've got perseverance and pluck, and I've got more torque and horsepower than any Toyota truck, but I've got more mileage too. I've been from Utqiagvik, Alaska to West Palm Beach and all across this fantastic nation, and I practice moderation in everything, including moderation. So let's get silly together like Curly, Mo, and Shemp did. My name's Michael Schaefer. Feel free to attempt it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. All right. So good people, I shall leave you with a ditty about football. The first version of this poem was written in 2018 when the Minnesota Vikings beat the Detroit Lions 48-17. This past Sunday, whether you follow football or not, history repeated itself, and the Vikings, who desperately needed to add a win to their record, did so to the tune of 34-20 over the Detroit Lions. I enjoy giving this batch an update every few years. So this is an open letter to the Detroit Lions. Dear Detroit Lions, you stink worse than if the cooking staff at Chino Latino had decided to pursue their dreams elsewhere and left all their food products unsealed and exposed a month ago. Tonight, as I watched you from the comfort of my living room, your team was about as visually stunning as the construction pylons on 35W. A lot of potential, but not a whole lot going on. If you were a character in The Wizard of Oz, you would not be the Cowardly Lion because even he managed to redeem himself in the 4th quarter. No, if you were a character in The Wizard of Oz, you'd still be trapped beneath a Midwestern house from Kansas, where they don't even technically have pro football, just like in Detroit, where they don't even technically have pro football. For music, there is no town like Motown. But Detroit Lions, if you were a record label, that would be some K-Tel one-hit wonder, Where Are They Now, Timbuk 3, and Blow Monkeys mixtape shit you were cooking up. You are the Pittsburgh Pirates of baseball. You are the Golden State Warriors of basketball. And although it sounds strange, you are the New York Jets of football. New York fans were watching you on Sunday and going, damn! Detroit Lions, You are the Andrew Danger Brindleson of Jane Eyre characters. That is to say that Andrew does not appear, nor does he wish to appear in any Jane Eyre novel. Detroit, you are the Mike Pence of beatboxing. Sadly, the Detroit Lions' limited understanding of beatboxing is getting overwhelmed and beat by an empty cardboard box. Their defense is the PBS of movie channels. The Detroit Lions are the Donald Trump of hot yoga. If their offensive line were an airline, they'd be JetBlue. And if you don't get that reference, it's okay, because nobody books or bets or expects anything from JetBlue. And finally, Detroit Lions, if you were a Walt Disney movie, you would not be the Lion King, because even though that movie was inspired by a Shakespearean tragedy, it still had a point. No, your Disney equivalent would be the straight-to-video cash grab at Target known as Lion King 4, Pumbaa Drops a Deuce. Hakuna Matata, 8 Mile. I'm out.
Humans on the internet, give it up for Michael Schaefer. Woo! Yeah.
Thank you.
Fairbanks, Alaska. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing great. Just hoping to get all the votes counted up here. We want to be part of this whole process.
Yeah, it's too late. Actually, Michael, you bring up a good point. At the Monday Night Comedy Show tonight, we are going to call the election for Biden and Harris. So they are the official winners.
I'm on board with that.
Of the 2020 presidential race. So, so we don't need your weird voodoo votes up in Alaska.
All right.
Yes. You'll be mentioned in the footnotes. Alaska did their part as well. Michael Schaefer has a PayPal and also a Venmo, so you can buy his poetry books, which you should do if you know what's good for you. Not that I'm threatening you, but I will come to your house individually and I will make you buy poetry books. That wasn't.
It won't be like a pleasant social call.
No, it'll be.
No,
What are you doing in my house? Put my son down.
What do you have that crowbar for?
Why? Don't throw my son. No, I said gently, damn you, on the bed. I see. There's a movie going in my head right now. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm sorry. I'm not going to break into your house.
Well, there goes our marketing scheme.
Well, that was a
I've
bad
already
marketing
lost people
scheme.
in Detroit, I think, with that last one.
Jeez. So anyway.
Hey, a quick note, Michael. I don't follow basketball. Hey, a quick note, but I don't follow basketball super close, but I think Golden State got good.
Oh, good.
Not this year.
Okay. Football. Are you talking about football?
Golden State's a basketball team, which you referenced in this phone.
Warriors.
Yeah, good job.
Come out and play. Clink, clink, clink. And very good. I talk sports good. PayPal.me/of licorice or Michael-Schaefer-5 at Venmo.com. We're on Venmo too, so if you want to give money to Michael, give money to us, and we'll like launder it. We tax season's coming soon, so anyway, we'll get that on the screen in the comments. Michael, all your information and your website.
Cool.
What's next? You say, internet. Yeah. Okay. One more time. Hey, internet. What'd you ask me earlier? Why do you all sound like modems that are dead already? Okay. Well, we have our first in studio comic performing. You might remember her from such Monday night comedy shows as 475, 463, 442, 440, 427.
We get it, you know math.
408. Yeah, well, there's been a couple of shows. couple of shows. And your next comic's been with us the whole step away. So everybody start freaking out for in-house right here, Morgan Pearson! Woo! Love you, sweetie. Woo! Yes! Morgan!
Oh, God. It is good to be home, guys. I love doing shows with Minneapolis. I love this crew. Everyone's great. I hope y'all are doing good. I'm doing good. If you can notice, though, I'm wearing this gorgeous clip in my hair. And you might be like, why would you point that out? Who cares? But it's a big deal because my hair keeps falling in my face. And I didn't think it was a problem. But my dad, he has cancer, and he was like, Morgan, you look down. Like, you look kind of sad lately. Are you sad? I'm like, no. You know, we're trying to keep things upbeat for him with the whole family. Why would you think that? And he's like, well, with your hair in your face, you look like a goddamn emo kid. So I got roasted. I had the comfort of my own home, which I did not expect. But it's fine, because I got my dad back. I was like, I might have emo hair, but you have that chemo hair.
Oh!
I would never say that. That would be horrible. But no, I mean, if there was ever like a bald man to date, I would say my dad, but he's dating my mom. So all the bald guys, right? Awful. I tried to date one time. I met him on Plenty of Fish, which is like where they make serial killers, right? So that didn't start well. But he was a bald guy. He has a reverse bald where he had the full beard. So it was working for me. He reads a lot. He's got glasses. It's great. It did say on his profile that he's lactose intolerant. But if you look at me, I don't care if you're lactose intolerant. I will eat all of the cheese. It will not be a problem. And if anything, I want to eat the whole block on my own and not share it. So this is like an advantage in like dating me, right? So his profile says that he's lactose intolerant, but whatever, we go meet up, we get, bubble tea boba. And he had not had it before. And he's like, date reveal, Morgan. I'm gluten-free. I have celiac disease. Does this have gluten in it? And it doesn't. So he's able to enjoy it. It's a fun date. And like life goes on, right? We keep seeing each other. We get to that date where it's like the dinner date where you eat in front of each other. And that's like, every woman has to order a goddamn salad and like a guy to order with a fucking burger that gets all over their arms and shit. But that's not happening. Like, he's taking so long to order that he's just like telling me, go ahead and order it, right? And like a half hour later, I've already eaten like the 14 salads women are allowed to eat on dates. And like, he still hasn't ordered. And finally, he calls the waiter over and he looks at me and he's like, Morgan, date reveal number 2, I'm a vegan. So, like, there's just like a lot of weird date reveals, and they're largely about his dietary needs. And I'm just like, whatever, dude. They like figure out something for him to order. He also eats. Life goes on. It's fine. So, in like 2 months of dating, he keeps talking about his goddamn ferret. Yeah, I'm dating the ferret bald guy. It was also not on the profile. Right? There's a lot of things missing, guys. And this fucking weirdo is like, I've had this ferret
for years, but I might foster him for a year. I don't have time for him. He needs more time, like more love and affection. And I'm like, all right, I'm worried you can't take care of a ferret and we're dating, but okay. So then one day he's like, I can't hang out this weekend. I'm gonna like spend time with my baby. And I think, oh, so you've made a decision. You're keeping the ferret. You're giving it time. That's like great, right? And he's like, no, I'm hanging out with my actual baby. Did I not tell you that? Jesus fucking Christ. He's like, normally it's like a third date reveal. I'm surprised I didn't mention it to you. And I'm like, cool. So you have a baby. I assume this is like from your ex-girlfriend. And like when you couldn't take care of the ferret or the baby, like, you know, she called quits on you. That makes sense. I'm buying the story. And he's like, oh, I don't have like a baby. Weird. He's like, I have a 10-year-old son for the weekend. Why? Why do you do this to anyone? These are the craziest date reveals. So he has a 10-year-old son he just like conveniently forgot about for 2 months. 10 years old is so old, you guys. It is the oldest child he could have, like, at his age. Like, he was 28. 10 is the oldest kid he could have had, right? Without it being like a felony. Like, 10 is so old. In 8 years, I can fuck this kid. It's very old. So, like, obviously we call it quits because, like, I don't know, deadbeat parent is where I'm calling it. Because, like, as the person who decides who gets blowjobs, I feel like if you don't tell me you're a bad parent, like, I should be able to decide that, you know? Like, deadbeat parents don't deserve blowjobs or being eaten out. Just putting that out there. So I move on, and I'm like, we're done with Plenty of Fish, serial killers. Like, we're done with bald guys. We're moving on. But this weird thing starts happening, right? These like bald guys in person, like at clubs or online, are just like coming at me. They're like hitting me from left and right, and I don't know why. It's like someone put out like a bat signal in the air that like I was really into bald dudes, but it's not like a bat symbol. It's just like an open flashlight because that's what bald guys look like. You know, if it's not broke, don't fix it, I guess. And they're just hitting on me. And like, okay, I'm not saying I'm the hottest girl ever. Like, I'm a Minneapolis 4, but like a Monticello 11, you know? Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being bald other than don't ever date a bald guy. I'm just saying, like, I'm Asian, I'm a comic, I love anal sex. They should fear me, right? They should be intimidated. You know? I'm just saying, like, we can both grab our ankle. I don't know. Anyways, guys, checking a lot of cool kid boxes here. Fear me. So this keeps happening, right? And I'm like dodging these bald guys. And finally, one of my friends who's like follically challenged, we'll say, he's like, Morgan, I have something weird to tell you. And he sends me a link to Reddit. And normally when guys send me links to Reddit, it's like a video of a bunch of white guys and there's an Asian girl in the middle. This was not that kind of link. What surprised me is that it's a subreddit called Tressless, because that's the PC term for baldness. And it's like self-help and support. But there's this weird thread in it called Skinny Dip in Minneapolis. Some of you think you know what that means, and you don't. Skinny dipping Minneapolis is for like Minneapolis people who like to skinny dip. And it's not where you take off your clothes and get into water. It's where like skinny dip, like skin, like bald guys, like you're into bald guys and you let them dip inside of you. That's what that means. These are the terms that we're using today. Tressless and skinny dipping. God. So I'm in this thread and I'm in it. Like there's a photo of me with like stats about me. Because apparently, like, I am now, like, linked to this community as to liking bald guys, which I am not. So I make this asshole take it down, thank God. And then I posted him in a different subreddit, and it's called Bald Guys Are Fucking Dumb. And that's true. You can go look for it now and go find him. I can't say his name on here, but you'll find him, and it's great. But, you know, guys, that's really all I have. It's just that cautionary tale. Last thing I do want to say really is not pertinent to the story, but I think it's great. After all these dietary things came out, he did say to me one day, he texted, like, this beautiful photo of donuts with, like, little bacon bits. And he was like, I really appreciate this client who made these like gluten-free donuts for me. Unfortunately, they have bacon. And I texted back, give me the bacon, daddy. All I need is the bacon. Thank you so much, guys. My name is Morgan Pearson.
Yeah. Pearson, everyone.
Oh, what do we have next? I know. Oh my God. One more time. Morgan Pearson. Everybody here. Woo!
Yeah. Yep.
In case I didn't mention it, we are at Nano Taco Studios in North Minneapolis. If you don't know where in North, it's off of 2nd Street by that one Burger King off of Lowry. So that pretty much explains everything. We can throw a rock and hit 94.
Cool.
No one gets that joke because I can't throw across my own backyard, but whatever. Even my son, I usually like throw like table scraps and like breadcrumbs and stuff out to feed my animal friends in the backyard. And I threw a thing of bread, just a big handful, mushed it all up. And my son said, "Wow, Dad, that was a really bad throw." And he sucks at sports too. So that's just, I'm not going pro anytime soon. But you know what I am going to do is celebrate 600 Monday night comedy shows on November 30th. That's the end of this month. We're having our 600th show.
Woo!
Don't clap all at once. That's all right. It seems like only 2 years ago we were celebrating our 500th show. Because that's, how time works in a weekly with anyway, whatever.
Yeah, we do like 44 shows a year.
We do. And we're sometimes good at it.
We're often good at it.
We have the law of averages says that this is a good show. We've done 597 shows, and I would say 50 of them have sucked complete ass.
Yeah, probably true.
But that makes up that we still have a lot of good shows.
Yeah, law of large numbers is on our side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's play the lottery. I don't know how averages work. I'm gonna lotto it up.
Andy, if we understood math, we wouldn't be in entertainment.
I'm gonna quit my job and play bingo for money. As my lawyer, you should should have some sort of opinion. That's okay.
My opinion is no.
Okay, fine. The Monday Night Comedy Show has a program called the Comic in Residence program, where it used to be the comics signed up for 4 solid weeks in a row, writing 5 new minutes for just the audience who were good enough to watch the show. And in the end, they had about 15, 20 minutes of material that they could use throughout the Twin Cities. Well, every other show is a coward besides us and has shut down. I'm just kidding. They're not cowards. But we're one of the few horses in the stable left at in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area doing comedy still. And just want to applaud all the shows that are still going. We're going to try to compile a list so you can actually find out from us what's going on. Or you can just go to MikeBrody.com, and he has a pretty up-to-date calendar for anything that's going on right now in the Twin Cities comedy scene-wise. So your next performer signed up for 8 weeks of material where he's doing 5 to 10 new minutes. And for this next comic, it's not a big deal. He writes new material in the shower, and it's usually pretty fucking good. So folks, put your hands together for Comic in Residence. This is his 3rd week of 8 performances. Patrick Ryan Bauer streaming live from his house. Woo! Hey,
hello. Would like to point out he did say usually. Anyway, did everyone have a good weekend? Because I know I did. Fuck yeah. I got to see the sound beating, the embarrassment, the outright vanquishing of one of the most vile, disgusting, putrid forces of evil the world has ever seen. The San Francisco 49ers. Packers beat them so bad the whole team had to wear sunglasses the next day. It's fucking awesome. Fuck yes. This is for drafting Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers. That's for cutting Colin Kaepernick. And especially that's for tricking people into thinking Jerry Ross is better than Randy Moss. All right? It's not true. Randy was the greatest on the field. Off the field, people say that he had problems. And I was looking into it. And I'm like, what did he do? He smoked a blunt in his car and he ran over a cop. That guy's my fucking hero. He pissed off Joe Buck, too. What does this guy do that's bad? I don't get it. Fucking the only player that I can think of in NFL history, or modern NFL at least, that's even close to Randy Moss in terms of coolness is Frank Gore. If you don't know Frank Gore, he's a running back currently for the New York Jets, but he has played for all 32 NFL franchises, 5 that don't exist anymore, and is the last living survivor of the Titanic tragedy. If you watch football, that's funny stuff. It's funny stuff. If you don't, you stopped watching a little while ago. And of course, obviously this past Saturday, we got to see the will of just over half the people in our shockingly stupid country. I mean, hey, I was fucking jubilant. All right. I spent most of my Saturday driving around the suburbs blasting the Ewok celebration song. Yeah. Just putting my factory Honda speakers to the limit. All right. They just fucking yub nub. That apparently means freedom, I think. Now, of course, my Saturday was almost ruined by none other than Joe Biden and his ridiculous call for unity. And let me be the very first to say to President-elect Joe Biden, go fuck yourself, Joe. All right. I didn't vote for you because I like you. All right. I swallowed the vomit in my mouth, and I did it because that other motherfucker has to go. That's why I did it. No one's trying to be happy with electing Strom Thurmond's buddy and the lady that put a trans woman into a men's prison. Nobody fucking likes that shit. Nobody with a brain, at least. Everyone's jazzed about things going back to normal. But normal sucked. Yeah. Sad that we have to take this step backwards in order to try and go forwards again. No, it's going to be a no for me on the whole unity thing. I'm not reaching out to any Trump supporters unless I'm handing them a rope. And I'm not going to go to their funerals unless their headstones are shaped like a toilet. It doesn't have to be shaped like a toilet for me to shit on it. I'll do it anyway. I'll fucking do it anyway. I don't fucking care. But yeah, so I know it's okay news. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice to have some okay news? Yeah. I'll take okay at this point too. So that's all I got tonight, guys. I just want you all to have a really good night, and it's okay to be happy. It's okay to do some celebrating this week. I gave myself one day to do it. You can give yourself a week, a month, a fucking year if you need to. All right, whatever it takes to come down from this horrible fucking nightmare that we're all waking up from. But remember to do your civic duty in 4 years and vote Joe Biden out of office. Thank you all. You have a great night. All right, I love you. Monday night.
Humans of the internet, give it up for Patrick Ryan Bauer.
Yeah. 5 new minutes is no small feat, and you did it very well tonight, Mr. Bauer. Congratulations on surviving your 3,000th Monday Night Comedy show. Somehow you've done more shows than we've had. You're everywhere all at once.
I'm the Frank Gore of the Monday night. Oh my God. You are. I need a Frank Gore jersey now, I think.
Well, thank you so much, Patrick. We'll see you next week. And as luck would have it, you get to perform new material on our 600th show. I think you were performing at our 500th and probably our 400th and 300th.
And only 66 more to go.
Yes. Oh, it's going to be probably a normal show. Probably still going to be quarantined and everybody's safe and bloodletting and whores. The usual.
And it's a big round number.
It is. It is a big round number for the Prince of Darkness. 666. Yeah.
Are we just skipping to that number?
We could. We literally write the rules for this show.
It's true.
Just saying. I said King Lear night was a good idea. It was this whole show's a fucking meat process. Anyway, thank you to Patrick Ryan Bauer. Everybody, one more time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Love you. We'll see you next week. Now we have a streaming performer, but she has the dubious honor of actually being in our two videos that's going to help close out the night. We have Nick Piontek here in studio, but our next performer, and not only is the Bitter Baker, but she's also in our second video, which we'll talk about later because it features so many funny people. But speaking of funny people, everybody put your hands together for the Bitter Baker herself, Tiffany Norton! Yeah!
Why the fuck isn't it showing anything?
No idea.
I don't know.
Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, I have to secure my what?
What happened? Did you
clear? I had to clear my cookies. Hang on.
You have to clear.
I gotta clear my cookies. What the fuck? Oh my god, they kicked me out. Your StreamYard kicked me out, brother.
Well, we'll stream you back in somehow.
All right, hang on,
I don't have access.
Now I gotta get a login code for fuck's sake. All right. Okay, no, I like this better. This sounds good to the show. You don't get to see shit.
Wait.
It's a black screen. I love it. It says you're watching Tiffany Norton. Seriously, swear to God, I've been sitting here for like an hour waiting for this to work. Okay, hang on. Microphone, yes. Green screen. No, I'm not that fancy. I don't have a fucking green screen. Oh, there we go. Yes, allow. Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot. You know, I went on a terrible date once, and I disallowed people to use my webcam.
Good. Smart.
Yeah, smart, right? It's helpful. In the old days, all you had to do was take a piece of fucking electrical tape and put it across the camera phone on the camera on your iPhone or your laptop or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's hard to follow Patrick. Patrick Bauer, one more time.
Yeah!
I cannot believe, people, that you said you actually bit the bullet and voted for Biden, because I know how hardcore of a third-party libertarian guy you are, and just as someone with a uterus, I mean, some of it left. Thanks. I appreciate it. That was not easy to do, I'm sure. So I've been trying to get more positive now because of the pandemic. I mean, you know, initially I just binge ate and drank too much, which actually, if you know me, that's not a stretch. But I downloaded an app to help me do like meditation and shit in the morning. And this motherfucker reminds me more than my VIP membership rewards program in my liquor store. It's like, have you manifested today? Have you meditated today? So I've been really working on my manifesting. Kind of helped a little bit. I mean, I got the one victory this year. Donald Trump, aka my father, is no longer the president. However, no, seriously. Like, I mean, I know I've done a lot of jokes about that in the past, but I mean, honest to God, one of these days, I'm just gonna it's gonna be like intervention. I'll just have my old man come to a show one time, and he'll be like, "Oh, okay, I see it. I get it now." So I've been working on my manifesting, but here's the thing: you can't really tell people that you're working on manifesting or that you believe in the law of attraction. You know why? Because they always have suggestions for you. Because if what you want to have happen hasn't happened yet, it's because you're not doing it right. How are you manifesting? What's the crystal situation? Do you have a vision board? Is it facing on the north or the south wall? Have you feng shuied? Have you condoed? Have you checked your own energy? Have you consulted? Have you had a past life regression? Have you made sure that some of the things that you're upset about aren't just stuff that's left over from 1,000 years ago?
I'm just fucking up everything.
I have checked out as many of those things to be true as I can reasonably afford, which means I can afford my wiki. I can afford to donate them $5, and I can afford in a Wi-Fi signal. So I can really only manifest to the limits of my, financial capabilities. So what I have found is that I have been turning to a lot of women's recommendations from the 80s, because you can easily get them on Etsy and DVD. And I recently got turned on to a very fabulous autobiography of someone you know very well. Everybody knows her, Vanna White.
Yeah.
It was a suggestion that a friend gave to me. She said it was hands down best autobiography she ever read in her life. It's titled Vanna Speaks. This woman didn't speak for the first 10 years of her fucking career.
Yeesh.
Oh, wow. Did I lose the crowd because I'm speaking ill of Vanna? Okay.
There might be a delay.
She really did. I mean, obviously, she also doesn't wear a mask and thinks COVID's fake, but she thinks Vanna Speaks is an amazing autobiography. And I realized that it kind of was, because this woman had really made a career of never speaking, only using her hands. I could have put on a dress. I could have. All right, so I'm supposed to introduce my video, I guess. 2 of our videos. Okay. Do I do the one first, Andy, or the other one?
Well, everybody clap your hands for Tiffany Norton.
Yeah, Tiffany.
Woo!
It's so weird. I fucking hate looking at myself. Jesus Christ. I am so hot in my mind, and then this. What is this?
You are
shit?
so hot in real life too, Tiff.
I don't know who this is. I hate her. Okay, Bitter Baker first. Well, and then thanks for showing me up, Brindleson.
What?
With the fucking good-looking Joey Hamburger, fucking being a chef now.
Yeah, but we go from chef to baker.
Oh!
But you
People
were,
like
you're
Baker's
gorgeous.
I know. Well, first of all, he had the production value. He's got the teeth. He's got the youth.
Yeah.
I love Joey. Joey's a good dude.
He's awesome, but you have like 20 videos that we can watch too.
That was very funny when he was making gnocchi with like that was actually very. It's a good concept. I love it. So the Bitter Baker seems fucking lame now.
No, it's not.
Not at all.
Oh, hush.
I love watching
You're
you.
gorgeous and hilarious.
But this is I believe we are at the point in the series that this is the first one I did, or second one I did, after we went into lockdown for quarantine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck do I do now? Because my whole bit about the Bitter Baker is to make fun of awkward social situations I'm in. No fucking social situations. So this is called Death by Chocolate, which is how I thought I was going to die. Hello and welcome back to the Bitter Baker. Hey, anything happening with you guys? I wanted to do an episode of the Bitter Baker this week, obviously, because we are all slowly losing our minds. I'm wearing my Hollywood t-shirt. Shout out California on lockdown. We've all had a lot of surprises this week. Probably my biggest revelation is the fact that Demolition Man, starring Sylvester Stallone, is actually going to become a blueprint for how we rebuild our society in a post-apocalyptic future. Hello, Taco Bell. Until this pandemic, I don't think most Americans knew just how long 20 seconds feels. You know, while you have to sit there and wash your hands, that's exactly how long it feels for a comedian who's bombing on stage. And if you have a comic in your life and you've already heard their coronavirus joke 2 days ago on someone else's page, just give it a like. We're very sensitive right now. Today's recipe is death by chocolate, which is how I thought I was going to die, or the alcoholism. In your food processor, add 18 whole Oreos and process on high until it looks like fine crumbs. Then set that aside. Here's the people I feel really bad for is the Italians. The Italians kiss everyone. I haven't kissed my own father since like the 7th grade, so no problem. In a small bowl or pan, melt butter and 1 tablespoon of chocolate. We're going to use that as our crust for our bars. And so put that into the pan and push flat. In case any of you are worried, I am practicing safe social distancing with my cameraman. I don't know if you noticed this in the news or not, but there was a gentleman who used a maxi pad with wings as his own personal mask. How do I look? I'm going to have to cut a hole through here so I can drink. Okay. Oh, that's right. Sanitize. Sanitize break. In a large mixing bowl, mix your cream cheese and set aside. In another separate bowl, microwave or melt in a double boiler 8 ounces of chocolate, your heavy cream, and mix until silky. Add that to your cream cheese until it's smooth. Then we add the liquor, which is my favorite part. Evenly spread this out over the mixture once you've properly combined it all together. Sprinkle with mini chocolate chips, or I decided to use miniature Andes mints because some brought all the different chocolate chips. Once you've refrigerated for 3 hours, all you got to do is take it out, pop it out of the pan, cut it up, and enjoy. And don't forget to tune in next time because we're going to be taking recipes from my friends that are incarcerated. I cannot wait to see what we are going to be able to create with ramen. Is it still good?
Bitter Baker.
That was 1,000 years ago. That was 1,000 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, COVID time hits different.
That was April.
That feels so long ago. Tiffany, would you like to tell us about your next video?
The next video features some familiar faces to the Monday Night Comedy Show, I would say. One of them being Mr. Andrew. Is he offline?
He's around. We just don't have the camera on him right now because he's doing important.
Pacing. Is he jerking off? What is he doing? What do you mean?
No, we don't do that. We don't do that here. We do that. We do that elsewhere.
That's a good friend. That's a good friend though to cut camera. Cut. That's a solid. That's a bro move, man. So this next video was not my idea. It was a friend of mine. No, you're so cute. It was not my idea. It was a friend, Nathan Wold, very brilliant director in town. It was his idea, and he wanted to do a spoof on Cops. Y'all remember? We all know TV show Cops. And through our discussions, I have a law enforcement degree, and I actually trained to be a police officer.
Really?
And so he had this idea for a video with cops in a town that was only populated by clowns. Yeah. And a little fun side note to this video is that he rented an actual cop car. Oh, and wow. The scenes you're about to see in here, it was a retired one, and there's a company in Minnesota that rents a lot of cars for movies, and they drive them all throughout the Midwest. So if a movie needs like a Chevelle, like a 68 Chevelle or whatever, they can hook them up. So he implores this thing, and the car comes with a custodian, and it's a husband and wife team. And so the woman comes with the car, and she thought it was lovely. She thought it was great. We stuck her in Stephen Tovar's kitchen, and then actually later we gave her drinks, and she sat on the patio, and we had a bonfire. It was great. but there's an actual physical person that has to come with this cop car that I'm driving in this. And yeah, hilarity ensues. We also got pulled over and stopped by the police because the first time we passed them on the street with the camera, the video camera going, they're like, whatever. The second time they're like, all right, this is weird. It's like 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning and we're driving around. Where the fuck were we, Andy?
Northeast Minneapolis.
Northeast. Yeah, well, it was a little south of Northeast, but it was north middle. Yeah. I'll say. I don't know. I'm bad with Minneapolis. Anyway, so they pulled over, production shut down for a bit. And they were able to talk us out of it because it was like, we have all the permits. We have collected the woman that belongs to the car. It has all of the insurance and paperwork on her husband's phone. And then we ran around like animals as clowns through this neighborhood that had no awareness that we were going to shoot those. But at several points, everybody came out to celebrate us. There were like several black families that just came out and were like, and watch. We're like, that's just white people. That's just fucking white people shit. That's just fucking white people shit. Did I say it? Did I say enough stuff? Did I introduce the video? Good enough, Andrew?
Absolutely. Let them watch it.
We had fun.
Perfect.
Enjoy.
Been working the clown crime unit now for a couple years. You know, some days you feel like you're making a difference. You feel like it's rewarding, but then, you know, you run into weirdos like this one. Stealing presents from a children's party. Jesus, Chuckles.
Lies. Lies. All lies.
You had a pretty nice little haul today, too. What? 2 PlayStations, an iPod, and a seersucker suit for a 7-year-old? What are you going to do with that, you sick f***? You're never going to fit in that, your fat ass. Okay, 10-4. Oh, we're going on a little field trip here, Mr. Chuckles. We got a domestic abuse call.
What is going on here? What do you think you're doing with that?
Get out.
No,
Go.
we're not doing that. It's your blowing.
One
at a time.
Okay.
One at a time.
Let
Yes.
us say, hypothetically, there was one day that Dusty the Clown was naked in our bed looking for change.
I knew it was that
I
dirtbag.
swear to God.
Dirtbag. He's
I swear to
probably
God.
the reason
You're
all
a
those
woman.
condoms are in the
You're a
bathroom
woman.
full of that
There
little
was
vomit
no
syrup.
fornication.
What's
Well,
going
none.
on with that?
The condoms I told you were for a project for Pinterest.
Pinterest? You've been that clown too?
Okay, that's it. That's
You
the
tell me
most
right
you
now.
know.
You
Yes,
want me to
this
take
is
it?
the most- Yes,
I don't like where
yes,
this is
I
going.
do. Stop that. I hate it when you do that.
You know I hate it when you do it. I'm never coming back here again, Karen. I swear to God, I'm gonna find someone to.
I love you.
Who's this guy? I ain't getting there with everything. It smells like clown in there. I don't want this back here. No,
Get in there. Get in there.
Go on. Ah! Oh, I can't hold Chuckles.
I am chasing 1, 2, 3, 4 clowns on foot. Copy? You guys stop. Okay, I need back up. Hey, what are you doing with that mallet? Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Nope. Nope. Christ's sakes. Where the fuck am I? Oh, I'm at the corner of Funny Freckles Road and Goofy Giggles Lane. Jesus Christ, I hate Clown Town. God. But overall, it's not bad, right? You know, I started taking hot yoga. My girlfriend and I are planning a trip this spring to Puerto Vallarta. The life's not bad. I'm looking forward to it. Tammy? Your Uber's here. Oh, thank God. Oh, yeah. Hey. Hey. Roll.
No?
All right, that was Clown Crime Unit. written by Tiffany Norton, directed by Nathan Wolf.
Yeah.
And Andy, I had to try to almost arrest Andy, and Andy just, this is why I never actually became a police officer. Andy just went like, huh? And I was kind of thrown. Like it did not take much at all. And I'm like, and Andy's like the coolest dude. Like if I had to actually arrest somebody, wow.
Well, keep in
You
mind,
were, I mean,
yeah,
you
I
were,
was,
you
trained as
threw
a
me
Stella
off.
Adler
You threw me off like a rag doll, baby.
I was just in the part. That's it. I was
Committed.
Very
You're
committed. Should be committed. And I should notice that I have at least lost 2 pounds since we filmed that. My God, I'm going to buy a treadmill. All right. So that, ladies and gentlemen, or folks, excuse me, this is the Tiffany Norton show tonight. Yeah, keep it going. We got.
I love you, Monday Night Comedy Show.
We love you. Thank you so much.
Bye, Tiffany.
We're gonna watch the next episode of the Bitter Baker next week here at the Monday. But you can just go to YouTube and type in the Bitter Baker. You can subscribe and you can watch all of them. You can binge. You can YouTube and chill and watch the Bitter Baker from Tiffany Norton, and we highly recommend that. So, Kruger,
yes.
When I say Long Island, New York, what do you think of?
Disgruntled teachers?
That's actually pretty accurate. Yes. Well, I think of our next performer because she's literally the only person I know from Long Island, and we met online. Who knows if we'll ever meet in person? Maybe it's like this is the Monday Night Comedy Show, and this is CC, and this is.
I swear she's done our show in person.
She's not. No, she's never been to Minneapolis. Have you been to Minneapolis, CC?
Nope.
No. See?
Then I'm insane.
Yeah, no, it's okay. She has done the show online virtually for many months, so maybe it's just familiarity.
Perhaps.
I don't know. Cece, how are you?
I'm a disgruntled teacher. I think did you get a look at my set list before because I'm doing
nail on the head. Are you happy about the recent election results?
Yes, obviously. Because I have a soul.
Yay for souls. Excellent. Well, Cece, the show is yours. Everybody in the studio, everybody in the internet at home, clap your hands for Cece Hexton!
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for having me. Yeah, I'm a disgruntled teacher, which is why I have to have a stage name. Cece Hexa is not my given name. I had to make it up because for some reason parents don't want comedians teaching their children. To that I say, hey, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. Yeah, so I teach, and I don't understand why they don't want comedians to be teachers, because despite what I do in the rest of my time, I find teaching to be an incredibly rewarding job. And the most rewarding thing about it is that you can do it so high. I mean, you can show up smelling like bong water and the kids have no idea. I'm a teacher and I don't want kids, and that blows a lot of people's minds. And the question that always comes whenever I say that I don't want kids is, have you ever thought about it? And the answer, of course, is sure. But there's a lot of things I've thought about that I'm never going to do. I'm never going to get my nose pierced. I'm never going to go to grad school. I'm never going to fake cancer and then, collect insurance money from chemo that I'm not actually getting, and then additionally fake my death and run off to Morocco and marry a 17-year-old brown boy. But it's, I have thought about it. No, the thing is with kids is if you think you don't want kids and you're wrong, yeah, maybe you ruined your life. But if you think you do want kids and you're wrong, you've ruined 3 lives. And that's math. I want to say that I do really like kids. And a PSA from my set tonight is don't medicate your children out of their personalities. But also definitely do that. Definitely. Because they're monsters. I used to live in Germany, actually, where I learned how to teach was in Germany, and they are very, those kids listen like crazy. So I was once brought in, I was an English teacher, and I was once brought in because the old English teacher wasn't strict enough. They were like, 9, he's having too much fun with the children. And I was kind of like, I think you are mistaking strictness with an open hostility to children. But honestly, I think you could get away with pay. Teachers are so underpaid. And I have a really easy fix for that. You could get away with paying teachers less than we deserve if we were allowed to hit the children. I would teach for free if we were allowed to just give them a little, back of the hand. No, I have a really short fuse, which is not ideal for working with kids. I kind of bluffed my way into this gig where I'm teaching this 4-year-old and this 6-year-old, and also giving them the attention that their parents should be giving them. But I have an incredibly short fuse. So like this kid said to me, "You're a poop," and I was like, "You're a poop," and she said that my name Cece is ugly, and it upset me so much that I had to talk to my therapist about it. I mean, it's true, but it's still a comedy show. Smiles, everybody smiles. My therapist was like, "No, that kid's a poop." So I want to know, I know some of you guys have kids, and can anyone tell me how in the digital age, children, the rest of us, we're online, we're living our lives cleanly, but 2- to 6-year-olds still manage to be covered in soot? Like somehow they're coming to kindergarten from a shift at a Yorkshire coal mine. Like, how is everyone else like on Zoom and they are still sweeping chimneys for a tuppence? And nobody wants to admit it though, but if there were any house pet as filthy as children, you would only be legally allowed to own them in West Virginia. So like I said, I'm working with these 2 atrocious brats here. This is new material, so bear with me, guys. I'm gonna be looking at my notes. So like I said before, I was teaching English in Germany. I would go once a week to these kindergartens, and I was, at first I was this like little funny lady who came in and spoke gibberish for an hour. Now I'm teaching motherfuckers to read, and it's like a big leap. And now I'm responsible for everything, learning the alphabet, showing affection, and giving you a snack. So one day it's snack time, and this 4-year-old, this shit is so gross. This 4-year-old was straddling my knee, not wearing underwear, mind you, which I found out when she did a cartwheel, and I was like, Jesus Christ. And she tries to put her fingers in my mouth and wants me to give her a kiss. Now, in any other job, this is obscene sexual harassment. This is a 4-year-old that I'm meant to be guiding. And because she has, as yet, no concept of sexuality, I just need to, suck it up and let her be revolting on me. And I refuse to kiss her on the lips, this 4-year-old, and her sister says, "Oh, it's because of Corona." And I'm like, yeah, that's why. It's because your face is covered in jam, despite the fact you were eating goldfish crackers. So kids are gross. I'm going to tell you about my all-time favorite terrible child that I taught. Her name is Lisa. She's a German child. and I taught her. I didn't really teach her. But I went in and I spoke English around her. And let me paint the picture for you. She did not learn any English, but she was with me. She was a good student. Like, for example, if we were singing I'm a Little Teapot, she'd be like, you know, like not correct, but she's there and she's engaged. And so then we start playing this game where I'm trying to teach the kids the difference between the word please and the words you're welcome, because in German, it's covered by the same word. And so all the kids have please, and everyone but Lisa has you're welcome. But when it gets to Lisa's turn, she keeps saying, a mocha. And it doesn't really bother me at first because, like I said, I'm not trying to teach these children. And then it does start to bother me when all the other kids start being like, yeah, a mocha. A mocha sounds right. Like I'm hearing a mocha. People are saying a mocha. We're going to go with a mocha. I know Lisa really well. You come here once a week for an hour. We're going with a mocha. And I started to realize that this is how anti-vaxxers get started. You know? And you know the thought experiment of would you kill baby Hitler? We might have another chance. Lisa is too influential with her misinformation. If you take nothing else from this 10 minutes I've shared with you, Lisa must be stopped. Thank you all so much for having me. Thank you, Minneapolis.
Humans of the internet, give it up for CC Hexa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
CC!
Thank you.
I absolutely love that you do this show. I can't thank you enough because I know there's a weird time difference because I think it's 4 a.m. where you are, Long Island, and we appreciate you staying up for this.
Thank you for having me.
Rest the rest of the just and true, and you did it. You've done it again and helped us. One more time, CC Hexa, everybody. Woo!
Thank you.
All right. So,
you know, we've had a couple of weeks where we've had performers on each coast.
Yeah, CC in New York, and then like we either have somebody in LA or Michael up in Fairbanks. So, so we're spanning the continent, folks.
Nationwide comedy show.
Yeah, nationwide. We're the longest running comedy show on the planet. It's hard to verify. It was hard to verify if we were the longest running comedy showcase in the Midwest, because Chicago, it's like they're not on Facebook. The entire city is like has a media blackout.
Do we need to get Instagram or something?
I don't know what an Instagram is. I have the password written down in a dream journal, but it's like same with Twitter.
Sure.
I think we have a Twitter.
You've told us we do. Okay. You know what we do have?
Our next performer.
Yeah. Are you excited?
I'm always excited. I wake up with butterflies in my tummy, not because of this comedy show, but because there's a slight chance that Monday Night Comedy Show might be closed out by this next comic. You might know him from the greatest comedy show ever. Do not mistake it with this show here. But, folks, his show's pretty good. But he makes our show better. Put your hands together for Nick motherfucking Piontek!
Oh, I get this one. That was a smoker's cough, everyone. Anyway, thank you, Andy. Before I say anything, can I just tell you guys, way to keep comedy going, way to keep art going, all of you here at the studios. I love you guys. That means a lot. What's funny is you guys you didn't even realize that you were one of the longest. I actually Googled it. You are the longest running, and so I have They do this every Monday. I have one that's once a month every Saturday that we haven't done in like 19 months. It seems like the last real comedy show I did was before Tiger King, so I don't even fucking know. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys were wearing Zubas and shit at that point. It's all blended in. It's all blended into my mind at this point. But you guys are, and you did it on the toughest day in a tough room, and that is tough. And if you're still doing comedy and you're trying to live your life, and God bless you, there was an election that happened. Donald Trump is no longer the president of the United States, and yeah, no, that's awesome. But like liberals, like Bernie Sanders, AOC, the Squad fans, like myself, we didn't get healthcare or college. We got Mitt Romney. That's what we got. And they're like, no, Mitt Romney and George W. Bush is on board with this Biden campaign. And I'm 37 years old. There was a time in my life where I did acid and mushrooms every weekend, and I told everybody that would listen to me that George W. Bush was the fucking Antichrist. That was my 20s. I don't know how you guys lived after 9/11, but that was what I was doing. I have a lot of liberal friends right now that are like, we should be peaceful. We should find peace in politics right now. And I saw one of my friends made a really articulate point on social media, and it was like, now is the time that we calm the country like Joe Biden is saying. And then immediately after that, somebody reposted a thing that some conspirator right-wing nut said, and the quote exactly was, Kamala Harris fucked the right people to become the vice president of the United States of America. And I, as Nick Piontek right now, would challenge anyone who believes that to give me the list of people that I can have sex with right now. We will record this. How many different cameras are here? The floors are going to get sticky, but we're going to get healthcare, people. I will do that shit right now. And Kamala, I mean, she's prettier than me, but I will do weirder shit if your kids don't have to pay for college ever again. I will do the weirdest shit, like pancake syrup, like just the weirdest. Give me that list. Let's see where that list is. And I would love to do that. I'm so perplexed by all of this. I've had the weirdest arguments. I literally was on a Facebook thread where one of my friends is literally has a master's degree from the University of Minnesota for biosafety, and another one has she's working on her master's degree, and they were arguing with a guy who literally his most recent post was 1 year off of meth, and we were arguing science. And this is why I'm like, maybe we don't just befriend these people. Maybe some of these people should just be called out for being morons. And hey, I like drugs, but I mean, if I were 1 year off meth, I'd be like, maybe politics aren't my thing. I will wait for something else. I don't know. I have friends. I'm gonna give some shit to my liberal friends. I have liberal friends who are like, Civil War II is coming. And I'm like, aren't you the same people who are against guns? Like, you're going to tweet the dudes with AR-15s to death? That's not how Civil War works out. There's 2 words in the entire sentence, and civil ain't the one you're concentrating on. I think the weird dudes who spend their life savings on machine guns would be the ones who'd be afraid of there. But that's me. I don't know. I'm always willing to listen. I'm doing all my political shit. I think we should separate the country. Maybe we try that. Let's get sick of arguing with people, and let's literally split it. Liberal states get their own country. Republican states get their own country. Liberals get California and New York. Republicans get Mississippi and Alabama. So who's voting for these places? Nobody wants Florida. Oh, fuck it. Let the Republicans have Disney World. Nobody even cares. That would be fun. Let's just see, what policies work out: free college and free education, or just corporate warfare and blind hatred. And out of any of the shows, I like to do something a little different. I don't like to usually be so blatantly political. You know that. I like to kind of blend the line and make you think. But it's after the election, so kiss my ass. That's me. It still pisses me off that Democrats somehow embrace George W. Bush. I am old enough to remember when he stood in front of a fucking military carrier and he said, "Mission accomplished." And there are still 10,000 troops in Afghanistan right now. I got old after he sent that. I went from being a young kid to an old shit since he said that war was done, and that war is still going on. That's insane. But I don't know. I'm just a dumbass. I'm just a dumbass with a microphone. But I got wild ideas. I got like wild ideas. You know that, Kruger. There are things that I just think we should do. Let's go to the extreme. One of the things I think we should do is we should just take this whole entire country and give it back. We just find some Native Americans and we go, this was your whole thing the whole entire time. We're $37 trillion in debt. That's a real number. That's a number. We're $37 trillion. Are we still going? Oh, it looked like you guys are. No, and if China calls, don't answer that. Send that to voicemail. We owe them some money, and they're angry about it. Yeah. How crazy just in the last couple of years things were when I remember, and this is the only joke I've ever wrote that got better over time. And I don't know how it did it, but I remember at the very beginning, there were people bitching about football players kneeling for the flag, and they'd be like, shut up and play sports. And my response to that is, shut up and just weld my metal. You know what I mean? Like, change my oil, shut the fuck up, right? I mean, doesn't it apply to anything but a comedian, right? Like, I'm the only one you can't say that shit to. I'm like, that's my job. But all the rest of you shut the fuck up then by that principle. And it was funny to me that they were like, well, stop kneeling for the flag, because number one, the NFL never actually showed the national anthem until they got paid to do it, and they got paid lots of money to do it. But they did it as because literally the military outbid Budweiser to show that. And I'm a football fan. I saw that. Number two, what's funny about that is I worked for a company called Sex World, and they had a 14-inch American flag dildo, and nobody ever complained. No troops of any kind ever said anything. No army, no military, no Girl Scouts. Nobody ever was like, this disrespects the troops. And it was 13 inches. That is too big for anybody. If you have that big of a vagina, you are too patriotic and you need to check yourself. All right. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous amount of patriotism. And shit should be 10 inches at most for fun. I'm just saying. But nobody said shit about the whole thing. I worked for a strip club that was literally went to the door of Sex World, and nobody was like, hey, this dildo is American flag colored and that disrespects the troops. It never happened. If I was president, what I would do, the first thing I would do is I would make all dildo rubber made in Flint, Michigan. And they wouldn't need water. They'd be drinking fucking champagne by next Tuesday. Every kid in Flint would just be bathing in like fucking fine cognac like by next week. This is my old political jokes. I believe it was actually, but I used to tell chicks when they'd come in the front door, like, it's named the Nick, and then they would be so disappointed. They were like, "What the hell is that?" I don't know. But that was my little joke that I used to tell people. But I think it actually was there was a Sex World, there was a American flag dildo purchaser on our little thing there. And I will end on this one, and this is my other new joke I wrote with you guys. Is one of the weird things in my corona is it's just I've been watching a lot of TV and I've gotten fucking fat and lazy. But one of the weird things is just the weird things that are on TV. And I've said this joke a couple times to you guys. But for any time in the last 9 months, I can turn on basic cable and Top Gun is just starting. I don't know how the hell this is happening. I think we're in like a lost purgatory right now. And every time I turn on the TV, it's like. And every show, there is like 200 shows where it's like sexy dudes with abs meeting sexy hot chicks with abs. And they're on like an island or a peninsula or some fucking bay of water. There's like 200 of these shows. I would have wrote them down on my hand, but go on to Xfinity. There's a bunch of them. And so what I want to do, and this is my other wild political idea, is what we do is we take like the 10 most gangster motherfucking black dudes that you've ever seen, and we put 10 of like the Make America Great, my daddy taught me how to hunt, Alabama type motherfuckers. We put them on an island together. Okay? Hear me out. And they're on a team together. And what they do is they hunt and kill the 5 richest people on this planet. And when they're done, the prize is we all are happy forever. And I'm going to call this show Reverse Trickle Down Economics Island or Peninsula or K or whatever your favorite body of water is. And my name's Nick Piontek. Fuck Donald Trump.
Humans on the internet, give it up for Nick Piontek.
Nick Piontek! Give it up for Nick! Yeah! Thank you, Nick. Oh, man. I just want to thank all the performers from tonight. I'm just going to list them. We got that video from Joey Hamburger. I want you to go to YouTube and subscribe. Yeah, Michael Schaefer from Fairbanks, Alaska. Thanks for joining us. You can clap while I'm talking. It's okay. It's all right. In studio here, we had Morgan Pearson, of course, streaming his third week of 8. Patrick Ryan Bauer, your comic in residence. Tiffany Norton, featuring the Bitter Baker and Clown Crime Unit. And then, of course, Cece Hexa. And then that was Nick Piontek. And give yourselves a round of applause. Everybody who's watching this show. Holy crap. You're a fine bunch of people, and thank you for all the comments. If you like tonight, and you have the means, say your dad owns a dealership or something, Venmo.com/ the Monday Night Comedy Show. And you can tip us. Awesome. Scrolling on am I touching it? Yep. Yes. Scroll. Do the thing. Go on the internet. Bookmark it. Write it on your back of your hand so you can use it as an answer in a test. All right, that's good. Nick Piontek's new nickname is the Great American Challenger. That is decided. We are amending the Monday Night Comedy Show Constitution. This gets its own. Like Nick Piontek gets his own preamble, and many. We must observe it. We will create a holiday based around the Great American Challenger. Yes, I think we should go to Sex World and buy a Great American Challenger just so we could have it in the background. You know?
Sure.
I'm
sure we would fool all the censors if we had like the bottom third of it, and then no one would know.
No one would censor a Wang, that has America on it.
Yeah.
It's America. Yeah. Merca. Kong the Dong. If you haven't been to Sex World in downtown Minneapolis off of Washington, no visit to Minneapolis is complete without a ride on Kong the Dong was it 12 feet of dick that you get to ride like a, you got to put a quarter in, but that's art imitating life. Anyway, let's thank some people, shall we, Kruger? Yeah. Woo! Good show tonight. 597th Monday Night Comedy Show. Let's thank everybody at Nano Taco Studios. Let's thank you to Mercy Victor. Yes, to Kat, to Shane, to Whitney, to Carly, to Jeff. Thank you so much, Nano Taco Studios. Go to nanotaco.com and bookmark it so you can enjoy all the other stuff. And thank you to Shane and Mercy for performing earlier tonight. What? What? No, I just. Wow. So somehow, even though he runs this place with Kat and all the rest, tonight's his last night. I don't know how. I'm not. Just so everybody knows, Kruger just fucking biffed it, and that's the best part of tonight. Are you okay? Are you okay? No, that reminded me of that couple. We were doing the show and they were making out in the beginning, in the front row, and they wouldn't stop. Holy shit. That was, no, it's seared in my brain. I'm going to write a fucking webcomic. I don't even write webcomics. That was what happened. But you are okay. When you do not appreciate us. Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Oh my God. We have a price. Yes. His knee is broken. I hope it's not. I hope it's not. Okay. That was, wow. That happened in real time. But anyway, thank you once again, Shane and V, for singing that Cramp song earlier tonight. Remember how smoothly the first part of the show went. It was easy to get distracted because we were. Hey, don't blame Whitney. All right. Oh my God. Thank you to our performers. Thank you to you, our audience. If you have the means, tip us so we can spread the love to all the performers you saw tonight. Thank you once again to Michael and Cece for streaming in such weird time zones. We're central and they're not. And so, it is weirdly, they have to make special accommodations just for the Monday Night Comedy Show, and I'm glad that they do. Literally every time we ask them, they always say yes. So thank you so much. So remember that you have this one life, and it can be short. So please stop fucking around and start living it. Thank you to everybody who voted in the elections on Tuesday. Yes. Now the real work begins. Don't fucking sit on your shit and do nothing and say like I did my part. The fuck you did. The battle's just beginning. So let's change everything together. And this is a very good start. The Antichrist is out January 20th. All right. See you guys next week for show 598. Stay awesome. Bye-bye. Citizens of the planet, the Monday Night Comedy Show is the longest-running comedy showcase in the Twin Cities. Our choices have sometimes been questionable.
This goes out to all those people who didn't believe in me when I was just starting out. Now I'm going viral.
We were once called the weirdest show in town, and over the years, we lost some of that. We're happy to announce that bringing the weird back to the MNCS is an item on our to-do list. We ask that you take a chance and watch us each week at 8 p.m. Central. We're not only going to bring you a safe and fun way to see performers from all over the metro area, but all over the country and the world. We are the Monday Night Comedy Show. We've been doing this for over 13 years, so we almost sort of have an idea of how this works. Stay awesome and see you Monday.